Hello everyone, welcome to another video. In this video you will learn how to use calendars so you can manage time and appointments efficiently. So let's hop on to calendar settings and create a new calendar. Don't worry, we will come back to this tab later. For now, let's move on to calendar settings. So this is where you can manage your saved calendars and groups. Click on this create calendar button. You can see four different kind of calendars. First we have simple calendar. These calendars are ideal for general events that don't require specific assignees. And then we have round robin or group calendars. It distributes appointments evenly among team members, ensuring a balanced workload and availability. It could be used for troubleshooting calls or interviews. And next we have class booking. In class booking, contacts can schedule a meeting with a single person on your team, or you can say that these calendars are tailored for single session classes, workshops, or seminars. And lastly, we have collective booking. Collective booking is basically used when the presence of multiple team members is mandatory. Now let's try creating one of these calendars. Let's take round robin calendar. Let's put in the name for our calendar. Let's say test calendar. You can add description here. From here you can select the team members. You can put in your own custom URL for this calendar. Let's say test-calendar 0. You can set the meeting duration from here. It is set on 30 minutes by default. You can set the booking availability for the appointment from here. Now let's hop on to the advanced settings. You can upload a logo for this calendar to enhance your brand's visibility. And then from here you can add this calendar to a group. Since I don't have any group created, that's why it says no data. Moving on, you can set a meaningful appointment title through here. Utilize contact.name for personalized touches. And next, what we have here is a really cool feature, appointment distribution. You can either choose optimize for availability or optimize for equal distribution. It is best to choose optimize for availability if, let's say, your team works at different times and you want to make sure that there are plenty of choices for people who want to book appointments. So this means more time options for them to pick from. Or you could choose optimize for equal distributions if you want to equally distribute appointments among your team members. Now let's move on and see what these options are for. So with this drop down, you can choose priority for this person. If let's say all of your team members are working at the same time, then the person with highest priority will get more bookings. This is perfect for the scenario if let's say Ahmed is a new hire and you want to give him more bookings so he could learn faster, then you will select high priority for him. You can choose medium of meeting through here. You can choose custom, Zoom, Google Meet or phone. If you choose custom, then just put in the meeting link here. And up next we have event color. You can designate a color for quick identification. Now let's move on to configuring availability. You can set the time interval for each working day through here, and then down here we have recurring meeting, meeting interval, meeting duration. You can set the time frame for meetings and the frequency of their occurrence. And then we have minimum scheduling notice. It allows you to choose the lead time required before an appointment, let's say 3 days, and then we have the date range. It defines how far ahead appointments can be scheduled. Let's make it 1 month. And then from here, you can set the maximum number of bookings per day. And then from here, you can set the maximum number of bookings per slot. And per slot, it means per user. Let's make it 2. Whenever this set threshold is exceeded, the system either moves on to the next user in the round robin or marks the slot as unavailable. And the last we have buffer time. And buffer time allows you a cooldown period between appointments. Let's make it 15 minutes. Now let's move on to forms and payment. You can select a form for the booking widget here. Let's leave it at default for now. You can toggle this on or off. It actually helps in remembering your contact information. And then we have this consent checkbox. You can toggle this option to allow obtaining consent from contacts when they provide their phone number during the appointment booking process. And then down here you can toggle this on to allow adding guests to your meeting. This includes the data of the guest to be able to attend, and you can choose count only. It is particularly useful in cases where the primary attendee may not have the email addresses of the guests but still wants them added to the appointment. Then you have the settings for your confirmation page. You can either have the default thank you message or you can choose the redirect URL option and enter a URL to a thank you page of your choice. You can enter your Pixel ID here to have Pixel ID tracking. And then lastly, we have this feature. You can activate this feature to instantly confirm new appointments on available calendar slots, ensuring users receive immediate booking confirmations. Now let's move on to this tab, notifications and additional options. Through here you can select the type of notification. It could be an acknowledgement email, and down here you can choose who gets notified about this email. It could be contact, guest, assigned user, or additional emails. And from here you can permit Google Calendar to send appointment invitations or update emails to attendees, and you can also assign contacts to their respective calendar team members upon appointment booking. You can allow the contacts the flexibility of rescheduling or canceling the meeting. This includes the additional notes that provides links to reschedule, cancel, and any other relevant information. Now let's move on to the next customizations tab. Okay, so here you can upload a calendar cover image. You can choose between Neo or Classic for the calendar widget style, and then you can choose colors for the buttons, dates, time slots, and actions. And you can also choose color for the background for both date, time selector and form. And then you can edit the or change the button text. It is basically the text displayed on the button when booking an appointment. You also have the options of calendar title, calendar description, or calendar details. And then here you can insert your own custom code for any kind of customization. And then at last we have staff selection. You can toggle this on, it basically enable bookers to choose a staff member directly from the calendar widget during appointment booking, and it only works with Neo widget style. So let's move on and hit save. So yeah, as you can see, our new test calendar is now saved here. You can click on this action drop down here to edit, duplicate or share this calendar, or you can even move it to a group. We will learn what are groups just in a minute. And then you can deactivate this calendar, or you can also delete this calendar. Now let's move on and learn what are groups. So this is the area where all your groups will be shown when I will create a group. So let's head on and create a group. So here you will put the name for the group. Let's name it test calendars group, and here you can put in the group description. You also have the choice of selecting between Neo template or classic template. The Neo calendar template provides an enhanced staff selection experience. This means that if a calendar has enabled staff selection in its settings, users will experience a more streamlined, visually appealing staff selection interface. And then from here, enter a URL for this group. Let's say test. And now hit on create. Okay, it is already in use, so let's make it test 0. Okay, it worked. And as you can see, our group is now created, and now we can add calendars to this group by going back and pressing this action drop down. You can move this test calendar to a group. I can press on this test calendars group and check this and select. Okay, as you can see, my test calendar is now part of this test calendars group. Let's move on to the preferences tab. Here you can choose the meeting location. Custom meeting locations are an option alongside integrations for Zoom and Google Meet links. Now let's move on to the account preference tab. Okay, view options are available for changing the day the week starts in the calendar view, and then all of these options are related to the services calendar. And then we have widget preferences. Here booking widget language selection and the time format can be changed, and then you can also change the day the week starts for the booking widget. And once you are done with all the settings, you can click on the save preference button. Okay, now let's move on to the availability tab. So this is where you can set your working hours for meetings or availability timings, and you can also change your time zone from this drop down here. So let me give you an important tip. When your personal time zone differs from the company's, particularly for the event calendars, ensure your availability mirrors your time zone rather than the company's. For instance, if you are active from 8 am to 5 pm PST and the company operates in EST, adjust your availability to 11 pm to 8 pm EST for accurate reflections. So this account availability feature is coming soon. So let's just move on to the connections tab. So this is the place where you can integrate your Google Outlook and iCloud account. And for conferencing, you can even connect your Zoom account. And once this is done, you would be able to use Zoom and Google Meet as a meeting location. Now let's move on to the account connections tab. So if you want to take payments for your appointments via Stripe, you can integrate your Stripe account here. And also if you want to enable reserve with Google, you can integrate your Google LSA account here. Now let's move back to the main dashboard of calendars. So this is where you can view all of your appointments on this calendar. You can use these filters to look for an appointment efficiently. Up here you can switch between day, week or month, and with this button here you can book an appointment manually with someone. Select the calendar from here and enter an appointment title here. Let's say test meeting. Add a description if you want to, and then assign this appointment to someone. And after that you can select the date and time from here, and at the bottom you can select the meeting location. You can leave as it is configured in the calendar, or you can choose the custom option to change the meeting location. And from this drop down you can change the status, confirmed, that is confirmed or unconfirmed. And from here you can select the contact for which you are booking this appointment. Let's take this contact here. So once you are done setting up everything, click on this book appointment button. But before clicking it, let me tell you about this blocked off time feature. So if it is not possible for you to take appointments, you can block off time on your calendar to prevent clients from booking appointments, but not that existing appointments will still remain on your calendar. So let's move back and hit on book appointment. So as you can see over here, our appointment is successfully booked. Now let's move on to this appointments tab. So from this list, you can see all of your appointments at one place. You can update the status of an appointment if you want to. You can see the title, requested time, date added, calendar, and even the appointment owner. With this actions drop down button here, you can view the details, edit an appointment, or reschedule an appointment, or even delete an appointment. From up here you can use these filters for your own ease. You can choose between descending or ascending, or you can view appointments based on their statuses, and also you can view appointments based on these options. So I guess that pretty much covers up everything about calendars. And that's all for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. And thank you so much for your time. See you in the next video.